Evan, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, how are you doing?
Evan, I'm living the dream. What are you doing?
Oh, living the dream as well. Could not be better.
All right. Well, what's going on today?
Well, basically, I'm just kind of at a career crossroads. I work for a life insurance company, and I've been there for about a year now. And I love it. You know, it's the best job I've ever had. And I love it in the sense of selling insurance. I don't necessarily love all the other things that come along with the job, but I've recently came across the opportunity of doing something different where I'd sign a contract with a brokerage and be able to sell insurance for multiple different companies and essentially just start my own insurance company that way. And I really don't know if I should leave and start doing my own thing or stay at the kind of safer, secure position that I've been at right now. So I just been looking for some advice.
Yeah. Well, let's just walk through this because I don't think you need advice. I think you need clarity. And so I'm objective. So I'm going to walk you through this and let you hear yourself. Let's start with what are the big hurdles or the cons in the pro-con list? What are the negatives, the cons, to you going out and becoming that broker to where you can start your own business and work for yourself? What are the negatives to that? What could possibly be holding you back from doing that?
I'm glad you asked. I actually wrote a list. I put pros of leaving and
well, let's do the negatives. I want the cons first.
Okay. Well, the cons, firstly, is the company does provide us a steady stream of leads. So I always have every month they give us a list of leads to go and sell to. So I would have to buy my own, and so it costs a little more money on the upfront. Which there's places on the open market where I could buy my own, but I would have to lose that.
Okay,
stream of leads.
So you'd have to buy leads, kind of start from scratch. Is one con. What's another one?
The other one is I just feel like I'd be turning my back on my team, betraying them, basically, because I've got a team of 6 agents under me right now that rely on me and come to me for guidance and mentorship and all that. So if I just up and leave, I would personally feel bad about it.
Okay, why?
I feel like I owe them.
Why? What do you owe them?
I just because I'm just the one that they come to for sales tips and
totally understand
and all that.
Totally understand, but totally understand because you're a really good guy. But we've got to confront this emotion that you're doing something wrong. You literally used one of the most awful words out there, betray. You used a really strong word. Woo, like yikes. Really? Betray them? If you go to do what you dream of doing, you're going to betray them? I think it's a strong word, and I call that out. I don't think you're betraying them. So let's look at this further. If you were to leave, what would the company do?
They would promote somebody else to replace me.
Yeah, and so let's assume that they do that. I think that's the correct assumption. What are the chances that the agency can't take care of their current customers, the whole place burns to the ground, and everybody's without a job?
0.
Then you're not betraying anybody.
It's just two of the people on my team specifically are close friends of mine, and they had faith in me when, I told them to take a full commission position. They were...
Wait. Okay, great. Would those two people that are close personal friends that you promised them they'd make really good money, is anything going to change if you leave? Is that promise going to go away? Is the reality of that? I guess they've already achieved that, yes or no?
Yes, they have gone through and learned how to do the job and everything.
So hold on a second. Okay, well, listen. So that means that what you told them could happen or would happen has happened.
Yes.
Okay, and now it's up to them, right, to do their own sales and go kill their own food and drag it to the cave. True or false?
True.
And you leaving isn't going to affect that. True or false? Come on, Evan.
True. Yeah.
Okay. I
just wouldn't have me to help them do it.
All right, Evan. So this is what it boils down to. This is, I think, the number one thing. Plus your own fear. I think the two big is you're going, oh crap, I got stability right now because I got a pipeline working and all this. I think that's the biggie. I think the other biggie is you just feel bad for leaving these people. Like you're some sort of awful person, that you're Benedict Arnold. You left George Washington to go work for King George, you awful scum. I think that's the two big things. But the reality is that that's not the case. You're not Benedict Arnold. We just proved that. Now, here's the deal. If you don't think that's true, great. But let me just tell you what the opposite of that is. If you stay, you are going to be sacrificing your dream. You're going to be sacrificing what you want to do, what you believe you should do, all because you're worried somebody's going to get upset at you or think you're a bad guy. Doesn't make any sense to me. What about you?
Well, when you put it that way, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, wait a second. Is that true? Am I spinning it, or is that not true, the way I put that?
It's true.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Because listen, I'm not in any way trying to manipulate you, my friend. I'm just letting you know that the way you're thinking about this is how it sounds.
Yeah.
Well, can I
add one more thing?
Sure.
Another part of it that's holding me back, and I think it relates to it, is like this job has changed my life. Like I've been able to I was taught a particular set of skills that I didn't know I was capable of, and it's been able to change my life for the better and allow me to not worry about money because I have learned sales by my manager and the company that's taught me. So I just feel like I'd be turning my back on the best decision I ever made, which was to work for this company because it's done so much for me.
Right, but you're
giving them a sense of loyalty.
Okay, so I don't know that I know I can't help you right now. I've already presented to you why that kind of thinking is wrong. And you felt like this is another thing. So we got past the betraying your friends and coworkers. Now it's the same exact narrative, but you've put a different spin on it. Well, now I'm turning my back on these people that gave me a great chance to change my life. Look, dude, you called me. I'm telling you that you've got to weigh the pros and the cons. And all of your cons are based on this emotion that somebody's going to think you're a bad guy. But it's up to you. The desired future that you have where you're a broker and you're working for yourself and you're providing the insurance, you're doing the work you love, you're making more money than you ever made. I just think this is excelling your life. Yes, you've had life change, but I think the best is yet to come. I think you have a dream. I think you see that it's out there. But it's like you're using your fear of what others are going to say about you as an excuse not to address the biggest fear. And that is, oh boy, can I build a pipeline from scratch? Can I do this? I think it's an excuse.
I'm confident that I can do it. I'd essentially be doing the same thing I'm doing right now, recruiting,
it's your
hiring,
decision.
training.
It's your decision, my
sales.
friend. But I'm telling you, you're not a bad guy if you do this. And I'm telling you, I want you to go reflect on this. And if I'm wrong, I'm okay being wrong. But I think you're using this, well, I'm turning my back, I'm betraying narrative as an excuse not to face your fear. That's what I think.
I appreciate that.
And you're kind of chuckling. Am I right or am I wrong?
I really didn't think of it that way. I'm not.
Yeah, you are though.
But
it's like you're afraid, and you should be afraid. So here's the deal. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to walk out on paper or on a computer spreadsheet. What would have to be true for me to walk from this position to starting out on my own over here? What would have to be true? How much money would I have to spend to get the leads up? How much money would I have to save to cushion me for 3 months? I want you to walk through all the things that would need to be true for it to be a relatively financially seamless process. I think you need that exercise. Get on the other side of that, then come back and wrestle with the other stuff. That's what I think you got to do. But I've addressed this before, folks. I'm going to tell you something. This idea that if I leave for a better future makes me a bad person, it only makes you a bad person if you leave poorly. If you blow up the bridge and act like a jerk, don't do what you should do, don't live up to things that you said you were going to do, and you leave people in a lurch because of character and selfishness, well, then you should feel guilty about leaving. But if you leave for something that's better and leave for something that you should do and leave the right way, then there should be no guilt. But if you leave like a jerk and you leave with no character and you create all kinds of problems, then yeah, you should feel bad. But absent of that, what's going on? And I can't tell you. And again, I could be wrong with Evan. We'll see. But I'm at least going to confront Evan and the rest of you that when we make excuses out of some other things in order for us not to step into the unknown and step into the fear, because there's always going to be fear with something new. Can I just tell you? But we got to step into it. That's when courage shows up. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is, holy crap, but I know I'm supposed to do it. And I do it. So be careful not to make it, well, I could leave these people hanging. Blah, 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 blah. It's all making yourself feel better about not addressing what's really going on. I'm not saying that happens all the time. I'm saying it happens a lot of the time. And we have got to address through tremendous clarity and vulnerability what we are most afraid of. And if it comes back that Evan is actually not afraid of starting his own thing, but he's just afraid of what other people are going to say about him, great. But now he can wrestle with that. And again, folks, when we leave others behind, it stinks. Can I just tell you, I lost Madison this year, my producer. She's always wanted to do sports television, and she went for it. It was devastating. And I'm sure she wrestled with what's Ken going to think or what are other coworkers going to think and blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you something. She did the right thing. And she left well. So it's like, hey, I love her. Always going to love her. Always going to say good things about her. She left well. She can't be worried about me being disappointed. It's not her. It's not my life. It's her life. It's not my purpose. It's her purpose. Come on, folks. Here's the thing. That's scary. If you don't make the move you're supposed to make because you're worried about what other people are going to say, the very people that you were worried about, upsetting them, angering them, letting them down, whatever, you're going to resent those people. The very people you're worried about, what are they going to say? Those are the people you're going to resent because you're going to wake up many years from now never having done what you know you're supposed to do, and your soul has shrunk up and there's bitterness and resentment because you're going to realize, I didn't do it because I was worried what they were going to say. It's not their fault. That's on you.